Good morning, dear students. So, in this video, again, the conservation of natural resource. It's a third video on this topic. So, in this chapter, we are going to study forest management and social forestry. So, forest management, nothing but management, how to manage, right? Like that, forest managing by technically, socially, scientific. So here we have to manage the forest in a proper way. That's nothing but a forest management. So here forest management has been defined as a practical application of scientific, technical and economic principle of forestry. Here we have to apply the methods here to manage the forest. There are mainly two objectives are there here. One is for a climate or a protective purpose, which is sometimes referred as an indirect objective. So indirect objective is nothing but for a protection of a climate or a for protective purpose we have to manage the forest here. And second one, main direct objective is for a productive or a economic, for a economic purpose, for the production, for a productivity purpose we have to manage and we have to conserve the forest here. So the forest protection is essential due to the following physical reason. These are some reasons why we have to manage the forest, why we have to management the forest. For protection of mountain slopes and catchment areas, we have to protect here mountain slopes and protect against wind. We have to protect forest against wind and protection against erosion, right? And a ravine formation. I already told soil erosion and a ravine formation. We have to protect from that and a protection of aesthetic value or a recreation here. We have to protect from this and a protection of posture and a wildlife. Nothing but we have to conserve wildlife sanctuaries, national park, that protection of soil. We have to protect soil, we have to manage it for a growth and development of the plant here. So here for all these the forest management must be such as to conserve moisture, pressure, climatic factor and prevent soil erosion. Why have to manage forest? Because to conserve moisture, climatic factor and to prevent soil erosion. Forests have a significant role in the improvement of economic condition of the country. It's true because forest is economically too much having value here. That's why we have to improve the economic condition of the forest. Sorry, here it is having significant role. That's why we have to conserve and we have to protect forest. Therefore, scientific management, conservation and utilization of forest wealth need special attention of the scientists. So here we have to manage scientifically, we have to conserve and we have to utilize the forest in a proper scientific method. So there are various aspects are there for a forest management. There are mainly three aspects here, three forms. That's nothing but a conservation or a protection forestry or reserve forestry. Second one, production or commercial forestry. Third one, social forestry, including afforestation of wasteland. So here first one comes conservation or a protection, of a reserve forestry, reserve area. Nothing but it is a specific area and have to conserve that. That's nothing but reserve forest are the most important subject for conservation and scientific management. For the management, for managing and conserving the reserve forest is very important. And the conservation forest are also known as reserve forest here. The major aim of conservation forestry are protection or conservation of extinct forest or and a restoration of a degraded forest here in ecological sensitive areas as Himalayan regions, Western Ghat, and Eastern Ghats catchment area. So here the main aim of reserve forestry or conservation is to protect or conserve the extinct or existing forest and restoration of it of a degraded forest. Here we have to, like Western Ghats, Eastern Himalaya, we have to conserve it, we have to protect here. And here national parks, sanctuaries, biosphere reservoirs are these areas restricted for commercial exploitation. Here commercial exploitation is restricted here. Here only for the protection of a reserve forest is very important to conserve it, and for that we have to manage it properly. So next comes commercial forestry here. Commercial means nothing but economically. So here for industries, when afforestation is undertaken and managed intensively for much higher productivity on a limited area of forest land, it is called commercial forestry. So here afforestation, planting of trees are undertaken and managed properly to get a much productivity for an industrial purpose in a limited area. That's why nothing but it called a commercial forestry. For example, if any paper industry or a pulp industry need a much more trees here, that's why we have to do afforestation to get a higher productivity in a given area. That's nothing but commercial forestry. The main aim of commercial forestry to provide and fulfill the requirement of people and industries. Why we have to do commercial forestry? Nothing but for industries and to fulfill the requirement of the people here. And next comes social forestry. Nothing but it is social to useful to all human beings, all people. Social forestry means afforestation or developing of forest within a participation and cooperation of public to meet the requirements for a domestic consumption and a cottage industries. So a social forestry nothing but taking or a means of afforestation or a developing forest with the help of people. Nothing but it is social. We have to participate and we have to make others to participate in the planting of trees and developing of forest for the here domestic consumption, cottage industries. The main objects of social forestries are to provide adequate fuel, wood for cooking, green fodder for domestic animals, edible fruits for improved nutrition, and timber for house construction. Why we have to do social forestry? Because to fulfill the man, nothing but for a fuel we have to plant, we have to plant a tree or a plant, right, for a cooking, and a green fodder for a grazing here for a domestic animals, and a edible fruits with a improved nutrition, and here timber for a house construction. So this comes under a social forestry here. So next, forest management program includes here some activities. These are some activities which are comes under management of the forest here. Reforestation, right, and a forest protection from encroachment and a shifting cultivation. In the last session I discussed about shifting cultivation and encroachment. Control of forest fires, we have to control, and restriction on overgrazing by domestic animals. So here overgrazing has to be restricted, and the extension of forest areas, control of excessive cutting of trees, cultivation of useful trees on a waste lands. It may be in rural or urban areas. We have to plant a more trees here. Plantation of fast growing trees, and a control of harmful agents. We have to control harmful agents to protect the forest. Improvement of timber quality through cultivation of improved variety. By cultivating improved variety, we have to improve timber quality also. Converting wasteful cutting into a quality yield harvesting. So here wasteful, we have to convert wasteful cutting So here next, legislation to check deforestation and controlling of forest disease. There are some diseases and we have to control by some extent, right? So here eradication of diseased host plant, here we have to remove that whole infected plant here, and a spraying of a suitable antibiotics, fungicides and nematodes, and a spraying of effective insecticide here, sterilization and a planting of resistant variety, here we have to plant a resistant variety. Next activity, undertaking afforestation with a particular emphasis on a fuel and fodder plants. We have to plant we have to do afforestation on a fuel and fodder plant here. More attention for forestry research, personal management and database in the field of forestry. It is also very important activity. So the Ministry of Environment and Forest is implementing the following project. These are some projects which comes under Ministry of Environment, made by Ministry of Environment to manage the forest here. Biosphere reservoirs, development of national park and sanctuaries, Project Tiger, Project Elephant, modern forest fire control methods, eco development around national parks, National Afforestation and Eco Development Board, integrated action oriented research, demonstration and projects for Himalayan regions, association and involvement of scheduled tribes and rural poors in the program of region of degraded forest. So there are some projects undertaken by Ministry of Environment to manage forest, to protect or to conserve the forest here. And state government also schemes here to implement which are there here. So some are afforestation and a regeneration of degraded forest, greening of a rural and urban areas, development and conservation of minor forestry product procedure, development of national park and sanctuaries, and a regeneration of sal and oak forest here. So these are some schemes comes under state governments to manage the forest. So next comes again a important topic, that's a social forestry. What is social forestry? So the National Commission on Agriculture, Government of India first used the term social forestry in 1979. So the Government of India first, the National Commission of Agriculture named the social forestry. It was then that India embarked upon a social forestry project with the aim of taking the pressure of the forest and making use of all unused and fallow land. Here social forestry made by Government of India just to take the pressure of the forest. So to take the forest, to chuck the forest and to make the use of forest which is unused before, that are converting to into a use, taking into a use and managing it. That's nothing but a social forestry. In a forest management also I told about you conservation of forestry, commercial forestry and a social forestry. Here you are going to study detail. Government forest areas that are close to human settlement and have been degraded over years due to human activities needed to be afforested. Here by the human activities, the years ago there is some deforestation also occurred. Here the government areas which are there, so that is again afforested. Trees were to be planted in and around agriculture fields. So inside agriculture field or in a in the outer line of the agriculture field we have to plant trees here. Plantation of trees along railway lines and roadsides and river canal banks were carried out. So here we have to take a name of a very important person, that's a Salu Marada Timmakka, who planted a more number of trees on our roadsides. That's why we still are breathing properly. So here we have to continue that we have to plant more trees here. There were planted in a village common land, government waste land and a panchayat land. Here we have to cultivate trees. Here we have to cultivate plant in a common land, government waste land or in a panchayat land or railways line sides or a road sides, right? Because to make a more number of trees for our for further uses or for our future here. That's a so comes under social forestry here. So social forestry also aims at raising plantation by a common man, so as to meet the growing demand of for a timber, fuel, wood, fodder, etc., thereby reducing the pressure on the traditional forest areas. So here by a common man also plantation should be done, right, to grow the demand of a timber, fuel, wood, fodder. So for a economic purpose also we have to plant a more number of trees here. This concept of a village forests to meet the needs of the rural people is not new. It has existed through the countries all over the centuries all over the country, but it was now given a new character here. So here the concept of a village forestry, so there also rural peoples are making a forest, planting a tree. It is not new here, right? So here again it is having new characters here. With the introduction of this scheme, the government formally recognized the local committees' rights to forest resources and is now encouraged rural participation in the management of natural resource. So here by this scheme, government formally recognized the local committees here to plant trees, right? Here they made a local committees to conserve the natural resource or a forest resources and encouraging rural people participating them making to participate in the forest management or in a social forestry. Through the social forestry scheme, the government has involved community participation as a part of a drive towards afforestation and a rehab and here rehabilitating the degraded forest and a common land. So here the government also involved community participant here. All communities has to participate towards the afforestation, nothing but to plant trees in a wasteland or in a government land anywhere, right, to make the more number of trees here, right? So this need of social forestry scheme was also felt as in India has a dominant rural population that still depends largely on fuel, wood and other biomass for their cooking and heating purpose. In some villages now also the rural peoples are taking a use of trees wood to make a fuel wood and their for their biomass. That's why here forestry scheme has made to make a to plant a more number of trees to develop afforestation. This demand for a fuel wood will not come down, but the area under forest will reduce further due to the growing population and increasing human activities. Here the rural people will not make a less use of a fuel wood. That's why nowadays in a increasing population and a increasing human activity the forest is getting reduced here. That's why the government managed the projects for a 5 years, then gave them over the to the village panchayats. First the government managed the project for a 5 years, next they gave the project to village panchayats or a village council to manage for themselves and generate products or revenue as they saw fit. So here first government managed it, then again they given to the village panchayat to manage themselves and to generate people to make them about awareness of the forest and how to use and how to utilize the forest. So that comes under social forestry here. So social forestry scheme can be categorized into groups here. Mainly here farm forestry, community forestry, extension forestry and agroforestry. So there are mainly four groups in a social forestry here. The first one is farm forestry. At present, in almost all the countries where social forestry programs have been taken up, both commercially and both commercial and non-commercial farm forestry is being promoted in one form or the other. Nothing but farm, our agriculture farm like that, our private, it's a private farm where we have to cultivate the plants along with the crop, agricultural crops, just to our personal use also and to economic motive or economic purpose also. Here individual farmers are being encouraged to plant trees on their own farmland to meet the domestic needs of the family. In many areas this tradition of growing trees on the farmland already exists. So nothing but the individual person has to take a responsible and he has to plant a tree in his own farmland just to meet the domestic needs and for the wood and grazing like that. So it is now existing and already it is going on. And non-commercial farm forestry is the main trust of most of the social forestry projects in the country today. So here in the social forestry projects also have a main aim of non-commercial farmland, not only commercial but also there are some non-commercial farm forest lands also. There also not only for a economic or for a domestic need but also we have to grow their plant, we have to cultivate plants. It is not always necessary that the farmer grows trees for a fuelwood, but very often they are interested in growing trees without any economic motive. So here not only for his personal uses, not only for fuelwood but also he has to interest in a growing trees, right? Not only in a farmland but also non-commercial farm also. They may want it to provide shed for the agricultural crops as a wind shelter, soil erosion or to use wasteland. So here not only for his fuel wood, not only for domestic but also he has to provide shelter for many other animals also and for agriculture crops also, and he has to conserve soil erosion also, right? So he has here farmland nothing but cultivating or planting trees in a farmland, that's nothing but a farm forestry. Next comes community forestry. You know community, in all our places we are having some communities here. The another scheme taken up under the social forestry program is the raising of trees on community land and not on a private land as in the farm forestry. So farm forestry nothing but each individual in his own farm he has to cultivate trees, but here in the community, so in the community raising of trees, planting of trees in a community land, not on a private land, that's nothing but called as a community forestry. All these programs aim to provide for the entire community and not for any individual. So here why we have to plant a tree in a community land, because to provide economically, right, to provide all social needs to the entire community, not any one individual. Here the government has the responsibility of providing seedlings, fertilizer, but the community has to take responsibility of protecting the trees. So here in this forestry, in this social forestry, government will provide you seedlings, fertilizers, but they won't take responsibility. Here the community has to take responsibility and has to protect the trees. Here some communities manage the plantation sensibly and in a suitable manner, so that the village continues to benefit. So some, now also in till nowadays, some communities are there where they are taking so much of care in planting of trees, right? And they are getting a benefit from that. Some others took advantages and sold the timber for a short term individual profit. So common land being where everyone's land is very easy to exploit. So here someone already taken the advantages of it, because they are sold a timber here, they got a profit. So over the last 20 years, large scale planting of eucalyptus as the fast growing exotic has occurred in India. So here in India, last over 20 years, here planting of eucalyptus. It is nothing but an exotic tree and it is a fast growing. So in a community forestry, they are planting eucalyptus trees because of their economic purpose also. Right, making it a part of drive to reforest the subcontinent and create adequate supply of timber for the rural communities. Right, under the social forestry for the rural communities, they are supplying timber here. That's why they are planting more number of trees of eucalyptus. So next comes extension forestry. So planting of trees on the sides of roads, canals, and railways, along with planting on wastelands, is known as extension forestry. So extension forestry nothing but here planting of trees on the roadsides here, or in a canal sides, railway track sides. So it nothing but a planting on a wasteland here. Not only by nearby your home, is there any wasteland, you can plant, you can do plantation over there, right? So increasing the boundaries of the forest, just to increase the level of the forest here, area of the forest. Under this project, there have been creation of a wood lots in the village common lands, government wastelands and panchayat lands. So here, but this under this project, there are a creation of wood lots in the village here in a common land under a government wasteland and a panchayat lands. They are planting trees here. Schemes for afforestation degraded government forestry that are close to villages are being carried out all over the country here. Right, close to villages, there are schemes here just for a planting of trees here. Next comes agroforestry. It is little bit similar to the farm forestry here. Nothing but a planting of trees on and around agricultural boundaries and on a marginal private lands in combination with a agricultural crops is known as agroforestry. Agroforestry is nothing but in your own farm you have to plant a tree in a agriculture land on the borders of the, or in a marginal private land you have to plant trees just to, with a combination of agriculture crops, just to protect agriculture crops also and to increase the area or number of forest, right? That's known as a agroforestry. Here social forestry schemes that have been started all over the country have made a considerable difference in all over forest cover in a short time. So all these schemes what are made by a social forestry till now, it is in a start and have made a considerable changes. And by this all type and this social forestry, then increase in the level of the forestry also increased in a short time, right? So these are the some important and a brief about a forestry management and a social forestry. Okay. I think you all understood this topic. Okay, thank you. ನಿಮಿಷ ಮಾಡಿದೆ.